Hello, internets, I'm Andy, and welcome back. When we last left our hero, he was cowering behind some train cars. Now he's dead. But we press on. Hey guys, in this episode, well, first off, huge thank you to Dowsy for featuring us on his channel with the Subscriber Spotlight Week. Really means a lot. Really love Dowsy. He's an awesome person, and to be on his channel, it's a fucking fantastic feeling. Anyways, this commentary, I kind of wanted to give some tips to the Call of Duty players who are trying to get into this game, because, at least for me, it was a very difficult transition, and I didn't take it very well, because I'm a very stubborn individual, and if something isn't working, by God, I'll make it work, instead of trying something differently, like a normal person. So, I tend to run in, get killed, then spend the next 10 minutes running in over and over again, until I actually kill them and don't die. And that's really not how you want to approach learning new things. So, here are my tips for the Call of Duty players, so you don't end up like me with like a .4 KD, even though you're a decent Battlefield player now. First, this is not Call of Duty, so don't rush in. Yes, running around, you do that in Battlefield. You can, rush, so to speak, and stay mobile and play it kind of COD-like, but not to the extent of Call of Duty. You can't just go barreling through the map, killing as you go, and not have someone suddenly be behind you and just shooting you in the back. Because this game is not meant to play like a free-for-all. You have to stick with your team or else you're gonna get kind of fucked up. And you might have a good KD, but your score overall is gonna be a lot less than someone who stays with the team and, gets 6 kills and 12. I can't talk. 6 kills instead of 12, but captured flags and did all that, whereas you just kind of ran around the outsides of the map, killing people who were kind of straggling behind and such. And, that kind of score system is a little hard to wrap your head around when you've been playing COD for so long, and nearly everything revolves around getting lots of kills, very few deaths. And, you'll see at the end of this game, one of my squad mates, I had more kills than him, and he placed like 5 spots above me in the leaderboards. And so, yeah, this game scores differently than Call of Duty, so you have to keep that in mind. My second tip is to burst fire, for God's sakes. In Call of Duty, if you have a fully automatic gun and you're going up against someone with a fully automatic gun, and you're just kind of burst firing it, you're probably... I get stuck so many times in this game, and it causes my death, and I don't know why I'm getting stuck, and I can't get out, and I was distraught. I get distraught over a lot of things. Anyways, yes, if you burst fire against a guy who's firing fully automatic, Call of Duty does not have a lot of recoil. Now, Black Ops had more recoil than, some of the other games, and there are variations, but overall you can go fully automatic and keep almost all your bullets on target. It's not like that in Battlefield. So, Call of Duty players tend to kind of train themselves not to burst fire unless they're doing stuff over really long distances, because they can keep things on target in Call of Duty. And here it's a lot more difficult, so you kind of have to break that training and go with the burst fire. And that way you're going to get more shots on target than someone who goes fully automatic, and you're going to win that gunfight, which is the exact opposite of Call of Duty. And it took a while for me to break that habit. And I know I'm going to be fucked when Modern Warfare 3 comes out, because I'm not going to be able to do the fully automatic crap again. I'll get used to it, though. But, I had a third tip, I swear to God. Oh yeah. With the spawns. Don't just spawn right into the action all the time. I've seen a lot of people complain about the spawns in this game, like, they'd spawn in and immediately die. Well, that's because you're controlling the spawns, and you picked a bad one. Now, in Call of Duty, when that happens, you have every right... I was so terrified right now this was one of the most just scary experiences of my life. I literally screamed, but it turned out to be all good. So it was a complete overreaction. I regret nothing. Yeah, you have to think about where you spawn, and especially with Call of Duty players, the mentality is go, 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 get in the action, get kills, yeah, 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 yeah. But you kind of have to approach areas a little more carefully in this game. And you can't just, spawn in on your buddy who's fighting three guys at once and just mow them all down and be the Rambo hero of the match. You can do that sometimes, but it usually won't work in your favor, and you're going to get gunned down right away, and you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to cry, and you're going to break things, then you're going to have to go to Home Depot and get them replaced, and then you're going to be short on your rent for the next month, and you may lose your house, and then you'll lose your job because you have nowhere to live, and then you become homeless, and nobody wants that, okay? So pick your spawns carefully. But I do recommend spawning in your squad mates, just not when they have a hail of gunfire coming at them. My first experience with bad spawns in this game actually was when I was playing with Ryan, and we were in Metro because it was on the beta, and he was firing out of a doorway. I'm like, oh, he's just killing some dude that's like 200 yards away, and it'll be fine. So I spawn in behind him, and as soon as I appear, he just nonchalantly steps to the left, and I swear every member of the Russian army must have shot through that door at once, because I just dropped, and my mouth was just aghast, and I don't know if I used that word correctly, but I don't care, press on, power through it. It was just a terrible experience, and I don't want that to happen to you guys. And Ryan's a fucking awful teammate, so never spawn on him. If you ever get into a match with him, don't spawn. Don't spawn there. But yeah, and the recon, the mobile spawn points, are your friend. If you have someone in your squad playing recon, get them to set down some of those mobile spawn points near your objectives so you can make a constant attack. The spawns, as I say, I've only played Conquest and a little bit of Rush, so I don't know how spawns and TDM work. But on this, at least, they don't have the either predictability of domination, where if you have 2 of the 3 flags, you know exactly where the enemy team is going to spawn. But they're not the complete, almost randomness of team deathmatch in some of the time. So you have to utilize that to your advantage instead of making it a disadvantage. And spawn in your squad when you can, or spawn in on one of the more forward objectives, or if an objective is like under attack, you should still try to spawn into it, because in my experience, if the enemy team is trying to take an objective and you spawn in on that objective, you're not going to spawn like right on the flag where they're looking at. And I've had a few times where I've spawned in on an objective they were trying to take, and I appeared like in the middle of a group of them. And I was very confused because I didn't actually know what team I was on, so by looking at them I couldn't tell if they were friend or foe. And I ended up getting to gun them all down, which was a very nice feeling, because I chose that spawn. And so yeah, you just have to think about where you're spawning, and don't just get angry that you died and then start spam clicking whatever the spawn button is and just go into the first one it gives you. So, yeah, think about it. But anyways, again, thank you so much to Dowsy. If you ever come to Canada, you can stay at my house, and I will feed you, I will cook for you, you can have my bed, and I might even give you sexual favors. I really appreciate what you're doing for us. And anyways, game is over. I will have some more footage for you soon. Comment on what you'd like to see, because we serve you. Anyways, I'm Andy. See you next time.